Hi, I'm Katie Canty, and I'm just gonna start right off here. Problem solving in relation to communication is what I'm gonna go with. Um, in terms of problem solving, you have to be able to communicate with other people. You have to have those skills. In order to work through things in a productive manner, you have to know how to communicate with people. In one of the chapters, we learned about emotional intelligence, and I believe it was Daniel Goleman. We looked at his video on emotional intelligence in the workplace, and he pretty much nailed it spot on. You have to know how to communicate with people without offending, without pushing too hard. You have to be able to work with people in order to get stuff done and in order to reach a conclusion or a solution for whatever problem you're trying to solve. The second workplace item that I'm going to discuss in relation to problem solving is attitude. Kind of goes along with communication a little bit, but still different. You have to have a good attitude about yourself when you're working with others. Even when you're working by yourself, you have to be able to have a positive attitude, an enthusiastic attitude, an attitude that is going to help motivate others. If you're negative Nancy all the time or constantly pessimistic or don't think that something's going to work out, people are not going to want to work with you. And it's going to be really hard to problem solve with them because they're just going to be frustrated with your attitude and how poor it is. So I feel like that's pretty important as well. In terms of my personal career, I'm studying to become a paralegal at Bryant and Stratton, and communication and attitude are going to have a lot to do with my career. I'm going to be communicating day in and day out with attorneys, with secretaries, with clients. I'm going to be communicating with all sorts of different people, and I need to be able to know how to communicate formally, informally, what to communicate with different individuals, because obviously there will be things that I don't tell clients that I do tell my attorneys, and all that different jumbo. In terms of attitude, I have to have a very good attitude because I'm going to be working with people who are looking for legal help. I need to be able to portray an attitude regardless. Um, I need to be able to portray an objective attitude toward any individual that I'm speaking with, whether client again or attorney. And it's got to be a good attitude. It's got to be a positive attitude because I need to sell my attorney. I need to sell my law firm and prove you chose the right place. You chose the right people to go to. What have I learned in this course? I'd say two of the big ones are probably about interpersonal skills in the workplace. I know that I use the correct interpersonal skills in the workplace, but I just learned a little bit more in depth, again, with Daniel Goleman and his study on emotional intelligence in the workplace and the necessary skills required for emotional intelligence. I also learned a lot more about communication, more specifics. Again, like we're all old enough that we know how to communicate for the most part. But I just learned more in depth, I think, how to communicate, especially when it comes to arguments and our argumentative papers, stuff like that. I think those two things were really hit hard with this course in terms of critical thinking and analyzing problems and issues and problem solving. This class, again, helped me with that, learned more in depth about it. I think it was the most interesting thing because I feel like communication, emotional intelligence, that stuff, I think it's really, really important in the workplace. And you can be qualified all you want, but if you don't have the right attitude, you don't communicate properly, and you don't have the emotional intelligence, you're not going to be set above the rest. Employers are going to look at that stuff more closely because they need people who can work well with their team. What would I have done different in this course? I think I definitely would have. I think I would have probably managed my time a little better. I mean, Professor Riley, I think, did a pretty good job of breaking everything up weekly. However, I tended to wait till Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to start doing stuff, and that doesn't leave me a lot of time to do papers and all that. But I think I would have probably started my discussions Sunday, Monday like we were told to do. I think I would have started my papers and stuff earlier in the week like we were supposed to, but overall, I think I came out pretty well in the course, so I'm not too upset with my performance. As far as advice for students coming into the course, manage your time. It is truly important. Online courses are so much work because you don't have the dialogue in the classroom with a professor. You're not getting a lecture. You're getting it all via site. You're reading everything. It's really important that you keep up with your schoolwork. You can get behind really fast. I didn't get too behind, but you can definitely get behind really fast. So I think it's definitely truly important. Manage your time. Start your stuff as soon as the day it comes out. Start working on it, or at least do the reading and taking your notes. Then the next day, start working on the quiz and the other assignments, and aim to have goals for each day where you get some sort of schoolwork done. So yeah, manage your time and get stuff done in a timely manner, and you won't be freaking out come Friday, Saturday. Thanks.